Wednesday in the NBA. A naturally gifted scorer with all-world talent, Michael Beasley and the Minnesota Timberwolves go up against the Orlando Magic. Minnesota, Orlando, up next.
There is Vince Carter, a player who spends more time above the rim than on the floor. We are in Orlando, Florida, as the Magic are about to go into this interconference contest right here. 2K Sports and the NBA welcomes you to our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg. And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Michael Beasley and Kevin Love, they're in the forward positions. Ridnour out there with Corey Brewer. And for the Magic, they've got Lewis. Carter is out there with Williams. Then it's Gortat and Howard. And Clark for Minnesota, a dismal road record for this team a season ago.
Yeah, you can't describe 5 road wins any differently than that, Kevin. Most years, if you have a record that poor, you'll end up with a very nice lottery pick.
Here is Gortat. Let's send it out to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Kurt Rambis.
Kevin, their perimeter shooting game is what he thinks will make the difference in this one. He didn't want to take anything away from the defenders they're up against, but he did say he'd be surprised if his team doesn't shoot a high percentage from outside. We'll see, guys.
Doris, thank you. No, Clark, hard to create spacing without the threes.
I agree there. I mean, I'd say it's almost impossible with the size and speed of players in this day and age.
And back to the Wolves' road struggles. What was the cause of their issues, you think?
Well, we've talked about it a number of times before. Youth. It's hard for inexperienced teams, even when they're talented, to understand what it takes to win on the road consistently.
Here is Gortat, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Drops it in from 12 feet. Stan Van Gundy entering his 4th season as the head coach of the Orlando Magic. He's done a pretty good job with that team.
I think so, Kevin. Underrated is how he's been perceived. I mean, he got that team to the finals in 2009. And I think during his tenure, they've been better defensively than they've gotten credit for.
And here now the Magic, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Williams dishes to Howard. Back to Williams. Behind the arc. That's good. Williams has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Orlando on D. It's a 3-point game. Baseline J, and again it's Minnesota converting.
Boy, he's really special. The defense has to account for him at all times.
And here now the Magic. Well, Clark, it didn't get much publicity, but the other point guard for the Bucks last season, Luke Ridnour, had a career year. And, you know, he was a real candidate for the most improved player award in the NBA.
Well, you're right. The general public didn't know much about Luke Ridnour's outstanding season, but you and I did. I mean, because Brandon Jennings was there and having an outstanding rookie year, Ridnour got lost in the shuffle. But I think Jennings had the year he had in part because Ridnour was his backup and was having a career year as well.
And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Dwight Howard. You know, he missed the start of the season with a broken hand, but after returning, Kevin Love put forth what many people think Clark was an all-star caliber production.
Well, he was so consistent as a rebounder, actually the best rebounding power forward in the game when you look at the numbers, and he's an excellent scorer as well and a passer. I think he's going to be a guy who averages a double-double pretty much throughout his career.
And the Magic making a change here. Pass is checked in. And he can't hit the second. One thing you have to look at with the Magic, Clark, their best players are still pretty young and a great position to be, in a position of strength for a long time to come.
You love to see a nucleus of young, developing, hungry, talented players, and that's what the Magic had.
Carter against Ridnour. Shot clock at 4. Again, the Magic score.
This team is on a mission, focused and on target. 5 for 5 now.
And here's Beasley. Pekovic with the screen. Off the screen. And that one is good by Beasley. Beasley's got his second basket of the game. So with the Magic, do you think they can continue to build around Howard? Will they have resources? I guess, will they have enough money?
Oh, yeah, I think so. I mean, it's a no-brainer. I mean, you've got a preeminent center in the league, and in terms of athleticism, what he can do defensively and on the glass. He's still a work in progress offensively, but he's a guy you build around. He's your pillar and your anchor, and I look for the Magic to be in the thick of contending for championships going forward. Way to distribute the basketball.
Here's Williams. 5 points in the game. Dumps it off. Carter outside. Howard with it. Outside Lewis. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. Lewis has got 6. Coach Kurt Rambis won 4 championships as a player with the Lakers, and he was known for his all-out hustle.
Yeah, you know, Rambis was a scrappy player. He wore those thick, black Clark Kent-like glasses, though Clark Kent never sported the Rambis thick mustache.
No, he didn't. Remember, he had Rambis youth in the stands that supported him, his own cheering section. For the Magic, Beatrice comes in for Rashard Lewis, and Jameer Nelson is subbed in for Jason Williams. Anthony Tolliver, he's checked in for Minnesota. Johnson comes in for Kevin Love. Here is Ridnour. To the paint. Brewer. Blocked. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Kevin, the salary cap and its mathematics can result in some interesting trades. And this season we saw the Miami Heat trade away Michael Beasley, the number 2 overall pick in the 2008 draft, to the Timberwolves for just a second-round pick. The Heat needed to clear cap space, so the Wolves ended up with a tremendous young talent, almost for free. Beasley's focus on the floor has come into question, but nevertheless, he's still young with a tremendous amount of potential. Can he live up to that potential is the question, guys.
Let's hope so. Thanks, Doris.
So far, they haven't found a way to stop him this quarter. He's really been active.
Here is Carter. Carter left side. Again, the Magic score.
Right now, Kevin, they're getting everything they want and sending a message while they're doing it.
And here is Ridnour. The 3. The shot by Johnson, no good. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Carter outside. He's guarded by Ridnour. Ridnour gets the reach-in call. That's his first foul. Here's Williams. 5 points in the game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Redick for 3. Johnson on the rebound. There's the horn as we end an exciting first quarter. Magic lead by 7.
Well, they're scoring with ease. They've definitely hit the ground running. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And we'll return momentarily. And now the second quarter just about to begin. Here is Flynn. So with Howard sitting on the bench, here's who's on the floor for Stan Van Gundy. Williams and Redick pair up in the backcourt. Lewis is out there with Larry Hughes, and Gortat kept alive, and the shot is good from Johnson. Johnson's got his first points in this one. Magic leading by 5. Gortat with the ball. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And it's off. A mere 7 wins against the East for the Wolves last year, Clark.
And percentage-wise, Kevin, that was a lot better than how they fared against the West. Not saying a whole lot for their season overall, though.
Now here's Williams. He has 5. Redick for 3. That's good.
Simply said, it's going to take a much better effort than that, son, on a shooter like him.
And the Wolves in the East, really, it's just more of a matter of the Wolves developing, game to game and racking up some wins.
Yeah, that's what it takes. When you're a young team, just being able to consistently lock into the details of the game plan, then go out there and execute them, and then work through adversity within the game. It takes time for young teams to handle that.
Clark Johnny Flynn out of Syracuse, a spark plug of a point guard.
Yeah, he plays with so much heart and enthusiasm, and he's a dynamic athlete as well. As a matter of fact, Al Jefferson said he's a giant inside of a small body.
At the line, shooting 2. Marcin Gortat.
He's off on the first. Flynn mostly played a pick-and-roll 2-man game in Syracuse.
Yeah, in Minnesota, he's been asked, Kevin, to run a more flowing triangle offense. It's been an adjustment for him, but he's got the kind of character to where he's going to try to work through it.
He's a tough kid.
Yeah, he's got a winning attitude as well.
Dwight Howard, he's checked in for the Magic. Nelson comes in for Jason Williams. The Timberwolves making a switch here. And let's go to Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have for us?
Thank you, Kevin. Michael Beasley has yet to live up to his selection with the number 2 pick of the 2008 draft. Former coach Eric Spoelstra said he's in good condition, but mental condition to be able to fight back after fatigue and keep focusing, concentrating, and playing hard. He's got to get better at all of these things. Guys, back to you.
Well, Doris, he's still a young player, and the talent is certainly there. It's all now about focus for Beasley. And it's the Magic with the ball after Johnny Flynn's basket. Now Love with the fadeaway, and again it's Minnesota converting.
Now that's great court vision, Kevin. Even when he was about to shoot, he was still able to spot the open man.
Flynn against Nelson. Jump off pass. Howard kicks to Nelson. Picked up by Flynn. The alley-oop.
What about the setup? I mean, there are assists, and then there are delicious dimes.
Well, putting it up there soft and throwing it down hard. Here's Flynn. 2:29 left in the half, and the Timberwolves call time. Orlando making some changes. Michael Petrus is checked in for Lewis. Carter comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's Williams in for Jameer Nelson. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Here is Ridnour. Beasley with it. Pass to Johnson. It's blocked. You know, the Orlando Magic tied fellow division mate Charlotte for the best defensive efficiency in the NBA last year. You talked about the defense of Orlando, and you were right on. They were terrific.
Outstanding, and it starts again with Dwight Howard. If he's not blocking shots, he's changing shots, and if he's not changing them, he's causing guys to think about, where is that guy? Where is he, and I need to avoid him. And when you do that, you're playing right into the Magic's hands in terms of defense.
And yeah, and Clark, that's my point. Everybody else around him is better defensively.
Without question, because they know he's their security blanket, and he makes it tough for the opposing team to get anything good around the goal, and that allows those other guys to get up into their men defensively.
Brewer, good.
For a player of his skill, it's going to take a lot better defense than that.
Magic leading by 3. Now here's Williams. 5 points in the game. He's guarded by Ridnour. And Howard slams it home. Replay here. Sprite Slamkin showing it once more.
That can crush a defender's spirit when he finishes with that kind of flirt.
Clark, is there anything better than a slam like that?
I don't think so.
Here is Ridnour. 1:09 left in the second. Pass to Johnson. The wiener Williams reels in the defensive rebound. And going back to what you said about their defense with Dwight, I mean, he's there to back him up. He's the last line of defense, but he gives you more confidence if you become the front line.
Well, he's a security blanket. Yeah. I mean, it's not always just about him blocking shots. It's knowing that he's there so you can take an extra chance. You can overplay your guy. You can pressure the ball more. You can do all of that, and you can do it with freedom of mind because you know the big fella is back there lurking to cover up any mistake you might make.
Here's Ridnour after the Magic pick up 2. Deflected by Howard. Magic leading by 7. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Carter with the 3. Shot's good. Carter's got 9.
And there he goes. He didn't get a 3 in the first, but starting to look for it here.
Here's Ridnour. Here's Brewer. That's good. And it's Ridnour picking up the assist. He's got 8.
I like the job they're doing. A much better job of getting him involved in the offense here in the second quarter.
And the first half is now in the books.
Some nice numbers for Carter. He has 9 points, and he's been able to hit the 3 ball, picking up 1 from deep so far.
Magic out in front, up by 7.
And a fun game going on out in Orlando as HP presents our halftime report. Some good basketball for the Magic. They've been lights out from long range, just pouring it in from outside. Vince Carter making his presence felt early. Dwight Howard has also been a big contributor. And slugging it out so far, the Minnesota Timberwolves. This team's known for their offensive rebounding capability, and they're maxing it out in this one. Some great work out there by Michael Beasley. Lighten up that scoreboard. He's making it ring like a pinball machine. And a couple of guys out there who are getting it done for their respective teams. Should be a fun second half. Thanks so much for tuning in. Now let's get you back out to the start of the third quarter. I'm Damon Bruce. So long, everyone.
And now the third quarter about to begin. Here is Ridnour. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Kurt Rambis. Michael Beasley and Kevin Love, they're in the forward positions. There with Corey Brewer. Here's Beasley. Rashard Lewis covering. Takes it up. No good from Beasley. The Magic and Jazz tied for the 4th best rebound rate as the season went. That's the percentage of misses rebounded in the league last season, both in the top 5.
And a large part of that is attributed to Dwight Howard, but the whole team has made a better commitment to rebounding the basketball.
Now here's Williams. 5 points in the game. Clock at 2. Let's go with a 3. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Williams has got 8 points. And with rebounds in mind, Clark, to finish top 5 in the league has got to be a team effort.
It's all about everybody doing their job. Everybody has to prioritize coming up with the defensive rebound after you've played good defense. It's a team effort. It's nice to have a big guy get most of them for you, but everybody's got to go after that pump.
And here now the Magic after the basket by Minnesota. Lewis passes to Howard. Working on Beasley. Howard misses.
Once he gets it inside, Kevin, he's really a good finisher. That's a good effort defensively to force the miss.
Bit of a down year scoring-wise for Howard last season.
You know, Kevin, he slipped from about 20 points a game to just a touch under 18. Part of it was fewer touches. He still shot a career-high 61% from the field, though.
Carter against Beasley. Carter against Beasley. From the high post. Again, the Magic score.
That's exactly where the coach wants him to get his shot, Kevin. Right there from mid-range.
And going back to Howard, when you add a scorer like Vince Carter, you really don't have to carry as much of the scoring load.
Yeah, I think that was part of it. I mean, you've got another guy who can get points and demands the ball a little bit, so his touches were down, but his percentage was up.
Brandon Basses checked in for Orlando. Here is Ridnour. Brewer sets a pick. Goes up, blocked. Now Ridnour connects from in close. Ridnour's got 6. Here is Carter. 11 points in the game. Guarded now by Michael Beasley. Lewis outside. Pass to Williams. 4 on the shot clock. There's the buzzer, and that's a shot clock violation. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Ellington's checked in.
Wayne Ellington.
Here is Ridnour. He has 6. From 17 feet out. And again, it's Minnesota converting. Here's Williams. 6-point lead. Screen by Howard. Takes it up. It's blocked. Timberwolves trail by 6. Here is Ridnour. Ellington, he's guarded by Howard. Goes up, and he lays that one up and in for 2.
That's where you want to be getting the majority of your shots from on offense.
And here is Williams. 8 points for him. Up. Oh, and the dunk by Howard. And Clark, the Timberwolves, one of the 3 worst defensive teams last season, at least by points scored.
Yeah, well, you figure that's got to improve at some point, Kevin. Coach Rambis was a player who relished defense, and he's a defensive-minded guy. He has to get his team to play with the same type of scrappiness that he played with in his playing days.
And Love backs in. Over Bass, and there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Kev, both teams have ramped it up here in the second half.
Now Carter, 11 points in the game. Intercepted.
The lob was a little misjudged, and he couldn't get control of it.
I'm going to take a look at the Timberwolves roster. Do you think that they have the personnel to be a decent defensive team?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, defense is an attitude more than anything else, Kevin. You need certain skills, quickness, agility. Length always helps, but it's a matter of mindset, and experience also is a factor.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Gortat's checked in for Howard. Pietrus comes in for Brandon Bass. And Jameer Nelson is subbed in for Jason Williams. And making a change here are the Timberwolves. Carter with it, covered by Brewer. Nelson outside. Here is Carter, covered by Brewer. Clock at 4. And it's Carter missing. Timberwolves trailed by 4. Lets it go from the wing. Johnson gets the bucket. Johnson's got his second bucket.
They've really flipped the script here. Their hustle at both ends has got them back into this one.
Carter outside. Covered by Brewer. And so this one is hotly contested as we end the third. Vince Carter really making a difference here.
Well, he's doing a great job on D. He's been locking down the paint and has some big blocks.
2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center. And now let's send it to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for our Sprite Spark of the game. Doris?
And Kevin, for that great stretch the Magic put together, they get the Sprite Spark Award. They just keep scoring bucket after bucket, and as they do, this lead continues to grow.
Great, Doris. That big scoring run being a difference maker, Clark, in this game.
Well, it often comes in spurts, Kevin. Spurtability is what I call it, and that's what happened today.
Here's Williams. Williams and Reddick pair up in the backcourt. Howard is out there with Gortat and Pietrus. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. Now here's Williams. Just 4 to shoot. Reddick inside the line. The shot no good. Now the Timberwolves will take it the other way. Outside Flynn. Beasley with it. Gortat's there. Takes it up. Blocked. He recovers it. And that one is good by Beasley. Here's Williams. There's a screen by Gortat. Beasley comes with the double team. Guarded now by Michael Beasley. From the wing. Williams' shot is off.
That's not something you'll see very often. Got the mid-range jumper he wanted, but off target.
To take the lead. Johnson can't get it to go.
He really needs to hit that consistently, or they'll just keep letting him shoot it.
Open look. Howard, good.
Explosive offense. These two teams have been going at each other this entire game.
And the Timberwolves call time here. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Kurt Rambis had to say to the team. He told them, keep pushing hard to the end. Just finish out these last few minutes and we'll be able to come away with a W. Kevin?
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Brandon Bass is checked in for Howard. Lewis comes in for Gortat. And it's Carter in for Michael Pietrus. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Here is Telfair. And here is Webster. Bullseye! And we're now all tied up at 42. Here's Williams. Just over 3 minutes left to the fourth. That's good. Here is Telfair. Brewer with the ball. Stolen away.
And Kev, that's only his first giveaway for the game.
Now here's Bass. Outside Carter. That's good.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Timberwolves trailed by 5. Here is Telfair. Here's Brewer. Can't answer back with his own 3.
He's got to break out of this slump if his team wants a chance to win.
And here is Williams.
2 minutes, less than 2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
A 10-footer, and Orlando again with the bucket.
Well, he's really been big for their team, finding a way to consistently get it done on the scoreboard.
Minnesota calls timeout. They trail by 7. 1:56 left in the game. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Orlando. Gortat has come in for J.J. Redick. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Here's Beasley. Can they get it? Good as the jump shot falls.
When you get a hot hand like him, it's real simple. You need to keep going with it.
Carter with the 3, and again it's the Magic from deep.
And these guys are going absolutely crazy from outside. Ever since the second half started, they've been nailing them nonstop. Good execution on the break leads to the nice bucket.
Magic leading by 6. Carter right side. With authority.
Plays like that are what makes this league so great. He's a special player.
I don't care if you're a fan of another team, you have to admire someone, Clark, who can make those types of plays. Beasley. And he's able to score the bucket. Foul called by the official. So one free throw for him right here.
It's been a nice game for Michael Beasley. He has 14 points and a block.
And no problem at the line here for the three-point play. Here is Carter. 1:18 left to the fourth. Carter is called for the charge. That's his first foul.
Great job by the defender that time. He got his feet set, stood his ground, and absorbed the contact.
Here is Ridnour. Gets rid of it. And the dunk by Love.
When he gets it going like this, you got to double team it. That's your only hope.
Kicks to Williams. Shoots the three. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
He's had a strong fourth quarter thus far, really providing his team with a lot of offense.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're losing by 6. 55 seconds left in the game. Here's Beasley. Off the inbound. Oh!
Boy, he's so graceful, so smooth when he takes it strong to the rim like that.
You know, Clark, you can pretty much always depend on him for those kinds of plays.
Yeah, graceful and powerful.
Sure. Here's Williams. 52 seconds left to the fourth. Less than 1 minute left. He's guarded by Ridnour. Tried to convert on the alley-oop, but snatched away.
Make the easy pass. That's what happens when you don't.
And there's the bucket, good for 2.
Oh, that's much in the clutch. They needed that one, Kev.
And they can try to eat some time off the clock here. Here's Carter. It's good.
Great awareness makes him a dangerous threat every time down the floor. Time is getting short now. If they don't get some quick points, game over.
Love kicks to Ridnour. Williams picks him up. Love lets loose for 3. And so there's the intentional foul. They still got to foul him for a second time to get into the penalty and send him to the stripe.
That's exactly what they need to do to stretch out this game. Smart foul there.
Here's Williams. From downtown. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Way to close out an opponent. Kevin, I think we're done here.
And the Timberwolves call time. They're behind by 7. 4 seconds left in the game. Clark, what are your thoughts?
They're still trying to claw their way back into this game, but it's futile right now. It would take a couple of miracles for them to win this one.
Took too long inbounding the ball. That's a 5-second violation. It stays here. Here's Williams. And so it's Orlando winning this one. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Brand Player of the Game, Vince Carter.